Hello everybody, it's Coffee Morning with Carlos Morale, where I play a game based upon top secret criteria whilst drinking my morning coffee until my cup is dry. And today we're going to be playing Grow Up, which is a sort of casual indie adventure from Reflections, who are an Ubisoft studio, and it was released on the 16th of August 2016. When I was 17, I drank a very good beer. Subsequently, I drank several more and followed them up with far too much Southern Comfort. And I have never, ever been so drunk in my whole life since that day. I was drunk to the point where I had lost equilibrium and motor function and couldn't stand up or walk without sliding back down to the ground. Even supported on either side by a friend, I couldn't make my legs propel me forwards. Feet and arms would flick out this way and that, and I flailed around like, almost exactly like Bud, the central character of this game, Grow Up. I might have enjoyed my journey home a lot more if I'd have had access to Bud's flora copying ability and been able to propel myself through the air on an explosive burst of flower pollen. Also, Bud's got a jetpack and a nifty set of glider wings. What I had in my favour, though, was that unlike Bud, my home wasn't broken up into a dozen pieces and scattered around a terrifyingly vertiginous landscape where one wrong footstep can see you plummeting hundreds of metres to a blocky end. No, I had just like traffic islands and stuff to contend with, which they're not as bad, no. Following on and improving from the first game in this series titled Grow Up is a 3D platform adventure game that tasks you, as Bud, to try and put spacecraft Mum back together after she goes to pieces in an asteroid shower. Bud's not alone in his task, however, as he has a little flying buddy to help him scope out the scattered pieces and a nice collection of snazzy upgrades that he can find to boost his chances of success. The main mechanics of Grow Up involve you jumping, climbing and gliding around the landscape whilst utilising the various capabilities of the plant life that grows there in order to give you a leg up. Some of the plants can be recorded and recreated for later use, whilst others need to be used in their fixed position. Since a lot of the ship parts are scattered in the lower atmosphere, you will need to get up very high. A process that involves growing giant plants by connecting them to floating energy rocks using what can only be described as... Yeah, I'm going to have to go ahead and say cock root or possibly wang feeler. Something along those lines. All this high-altitude fieldwork will take its toll on Bud's noggin when you inevitably fall off something. Fortunately, there are a network of teleporters to be found and activated which act as fast travel and restart points. The movement and climbing system of this game requires some retuning of your natural instincts. The low gravity coupled with Bud's tendency to wobble about the place mean that you have to be careful and patient with your movements. You are able to latch onto any surface by pulling both joypad triggers and then begin the process of alternating left and right presses to carefully position Bud. He can and will jump erratically, so you need to plan safe routes, particularly in the early stages before you get some of the more useful upgrades. Here's what they had to say. Leaping from mind-boggling heights, bouncing off trampolines, soaring inches from floating islands, Bud can do it all. That look of mild terror, that's his daredevil face. Help the adorable little robot collect Mum's scattered ship parts and return them to the moon. Oh. Yeah, so they're not wrong. Grow Up is great fun for a wide audience. More experienced gamers will, if they can adapt to the control system and learn to enjoy it, find some significant challenges dotted throughout the game as side missions. Side missions? It's a side mish. These are side mishes. I'm going to stick with that. Everyone should find entertainment in the chunky, bright aesthetic and the relaxing background soundtracks. Grow Up is a pleasant way to spend a few hours at a time wandering around its world, soaking up all the sights and atmosphere it has to offer. So that was Grow Up by Reflections. Comes really strongly recommended by myself and my cup of coffee. We both hope that you've enjoyed watching this video, and if you have, please do not hesitate to drop a like or a comment telling me such at the end of this video. I look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye.